Welcome to this e-learning module on the basic LexisLibrary certification. Let's get started. The very first thing you'll probably notice in LexisLibrary is the Explore box. The Explore box is a very useful tool to search across your entire subscription and see the broad variety of content types you've got available. Lexis Recommends is a very useful tool as it will highlight key content related to any terms recognized in your search, including key definitions, legislation, case law, and so on. Now, if we look to the search results we found, you can see that you've got a number of useful filters to help narrow the number of results down. If you've got any additional keywords, for example, use the Search Within Results facility. In the body of the results themselves, you might find it useful to cycle through the excerpts. The excerpts are, of course, the snapshots of where some of your search terms have appeared in context. Your matches will always be highlighted in yellow to help you spot them with ease, both on the results page and in the result itself. Now, you may notice the hits bar at the bottom of the page, which you can use to cycle through every instance of where your search term has appeared in the result. You may have noticed that this result is taken from Halsby's Laws of England, which will prove to be a very useful resource as it spans the full spectrum of English law. We'll be spending some more time with Halsby's later in this video. Now, if you ever happen to click into a result from a source that you're not massively familiar with, you can use the blue I button to reveal the detailed source information. Now we'll move on to looking for legislation. If you've got the name of the piece of legislation in mind, you can use the Find a Title box to access it quickly. You can also use this box to search for statutory instruments by clicking on the SI box. This box also conveniently recognizes any acronyms. Now, you might wonder why you've returned so many results. This is purely because LexisLibrary returns each part of the Act as a separate result for you. The top result in every case will give you the full arrangement of the full Act. You may immediately notice the Stop Press notification, which will provide you with information on recent or upcoming amendments to the piece of legislation in question. Do not worry too much, however, as all of the legislation on LexisLibrary is displayed consolidated as amended, so it's all up to date for you. You can use the table of contents, which is tucked away on the left-hand side of the screen, to navigate and jump to any sections that you're interested in. In an Act as long as this, it comes in especially handy. You can look out for the ellipsis replacing the title of a section, as this will let you know if it's been repealed at a glance. Remember, you can use the blue plus icons to reveal the content collapsed within, and this is true across all of LexisLibrary. Now, the legislation on LexisLibrary is equipped with many enhancements to help you understand it, the first of which is perhaps the golden bubble. Clicking on this will reveal Halsby's annotations, information about parliamentary debates, subordinate legislation, and commencement notes, for example. You've also got any explanatory notes towards the bottom of the page, giving you any amendment information. It's also worth glancing to the right-hand side of the screen, as you've got the options to view or request a historical piece of legislation and view it as it would have been on a date in the past. You've also got the Find Out More box, which has useful further reading items in the form of relevant case law and journal articles, for example. You've also got the Is It Enforced tool for gathering a snapshot of the sections currently in force, as well as some other useful links. We'll now move on to looking for case law. Now, when you're looking for case law, there are a couple of different avenues that you can take. If you've already got both party names or a citation, you can use the Find a Title field to get to it as quickly as possible. Now, wherever it's available, it's best to select the Case Overview result, and I'll show you just why. Case Overview will provide you with a wealth of useful information and resources related to a case and its progression and treatment by the UK courts. As you can see, Case Overview has collated both the neutral citations for the transcripts available, as well as all of the law reports which have been published for it. Also present is the case history, so you can see exactly how a case has been treated by the courts, whether it's been appealed, overruled, etc. You can also see you've got any subsequent case law which has gone on to refer to the case in question in some way, shape or form. If you scroll down even further, you can see any prior case law which the case in question considered in some manner, allowing you to see the full line of reasoning up until the present day. Now, whilst we were scrolling, you may have noticed all of the different coloured symbols in the right-hand column. These symbols will allow you to tell at a glance the treatment of a particular case. To get familiar with what they all mean, simply click on the blue I button as discussed earlier. We will now move on to spending some time with Halsby's Laws of England. You have two main ways of navigating the source, browsing or searching. Clicking on Browse will open Halsby's in the default table of contents view. You'll note that in the view box, you can change the view to the index view, allowing you to browse alphabetically according to words or phrases. The Halsby's volumes are conveniently organized according to subject matter, so it should be really easy to find the area of law that you're looking for. Once again, just use the blue pluses to reveal the materials that have been collapsed within. Because of the breadth of Halsby's, you might find it useful to search individual or certain volumes together, and this can be done by using the checkboxes to the left-hand side of the title. For example, if I check the contract box and then type in breach of contract, if I was to search this, I would yield only results taken from the volume in question. That was the e-learning module on the basic LexisLibrary certification. Thank you for watching. If you do require any further support, please consult the LexisNexis help site at help.lexisnexis.co.uk.